for this project is that we all bear witness, and the students in the room would bear witness to the fact that if you were in the past and you were in the classroom with, say, the Minister of
Imagine having the power to learn anywhere and anytime. Imagine having the power to learn anywhere and anytime. Imagine having access to the needs and the unique opportunity for students not in grade A schools to be tutored and benefit from teachers in grade A schools. You can access a vast library of educational resources even in offline mode. Learn on your own terms wherever you are. Our resource materials are carefully categorized to match your learning stage from early childhood. Your learning stage from early childhood. Tertiary education. Whether you're in primary school, junior high, junior high, senior high, senior high, or beyond, we've got you covered. Or beyond, we've got you covered. And to make it even easier, our resources are aligned with the NACCA and GKSB curriculum frameworks. Our resources are aligned with the NACCA you can find and GKSB curriculum frameworks. This means you can find materials that match your specific curriculum requirements. Need to collaborate with peers on a project, saving you time and effort. Need to collaborate world-class predictive AI system. You can have that extra advantage of practicing AI-generated questions, which is sure to put you on the path of passing your exams. And with our archive, predicting likely questions, having reviewed the trend. Practice makes perfect. And with our archive, you'll be more than prepared. With our self-learning feature, you can run mock tests. But that's not all. To identify areas where you need. With our self-learning feature, you can run mock tests on subject areas you've been taught. To identify areas where you need improvement, learn at your own pace. Learn at your own pace. And track your progress. And when you need the extra support, your personal studies teacher, our AI tutor, is here to guide you under any subject area. Our AI tutor will adapt trained to teach you on any topic under any subject area. Our AI tutor will adapt to your learning style and patiently provide you with multiple innovative and easy to understand solutions till you fully grasp the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank gives a unique opportunity for students, no matter their location. The Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank gives a unique opportunity for students, no matter their location, background, or grade of school, to consistently have access to top-tier quality education, to helping the future leaders at the touch of a button reach their fullest potential. We are committed to helping the future leaders of this great nation reach their fullest potential. For Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, where learning has no limits and the possibilities.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for you. Shall we applaud the very good work from Impuntio? All of this, as Deborah mentioned, was because of support from MTN. And when I heard you say because of their location, I'm like, MTN, everywhere you go, Ampa. So MTN want to say a very big thank you. Anybody from MTN here? Ah, okay. Morning and thank you. Everywhere you go, Ampa. Because they say no matter the location, the collaboration has ensured that we'll find all these students, pupils, wherever they are in this country. And I know it is one thing that the education minister has always hammered on, that he wants somebody from Busumchi district or from far-flung places like Bumpurungu Yonyo to become bigger and better than they already were. And then also a very big thank you to the World Bank for ensuring that this project has come to fruition. But when Deborah was speaking also, she mentioned the role of the Minister for Communications and Digitalization and the fact that she was like, I'm sure she was like a little headmistress. I know her very well. When he said she would not wait for the project to end, I'm like, you don't know. I'm sure she was like a headmistress. She didn't want to add that. I don't want this. Put this here. Why do you have this? How about this? Tell me she didn't ask those questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our Minister for Communications and Digitalization. Please welcome Esla Owusu Akufo. And that's the Kwakweduam Cultural Troupe from Ekropong Equiapim. Kwakweduam Cultural Troupe from Ekropong Equiapim. Madam Minister, your audience.
They took my mic. Okay, it's fine. Honorable Minister for Education, the Deputy Minister for Communications and Digitalization, Chairman and members of the Parliament, I don't think the Chairman is here, but the Parliamentary Select Committee on Communications and Education. I'm not sure if a rep of the World Bank is here. Heads of agencies, institutions, Chief Director, and directors and staff of the Ministries of Education and Communications and Digitalization, civil society reps, the clergy, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. To say I'm excited would be an understatement. And to see a project to successful fruition gives me a real sense of accomplishment. And so I'm delighted to welcome you all to the launch of the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal. Just to set things in context, it's only Egypt which has a similar product on the continent. So Ghana's is the second. And I think with the additions of the AI tool and all, ours would be the best on the continent. Yes. This momentous occasion marks a significant milestone towards digital transformation, inclusive development, and achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goal 4, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. We all know that digitalization is transforming and reshaping every aspect of our lives, including education. In a world driven by technology, it is absolutely imperative that we harness the power of digital technology and tools to revolutionize the way we teach and learn. His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Akufo, has made digitalization a key priority of his government since his assumption of office, with the Vice President leading this charge. And we in the ministry, knowing the importance of this trend, has through the erstwhile e-Transform project, improved the efficiency and coverage of government service delivery using information and communication technologies, ICTs. Through the World Bank financed e-Transform project, amongst others, we've made significant strides in enhancing connectivity across Ghana. Isn't this covering my face? Over. Okay. Okay. Through the World Bank Finance e-Transform projects, amongst others, the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization has made significant strides in enhancing connectivity across Ghana. This ambitious initiative has revolutionized digital infrastructure to ensure that every corner of the country has access to high-speed internet and modern communication tools. We've laid 3,500 kilometers of backbone and last-mile fiber, connected 951 institutions, including every assembly, coordinating municipal, metropolitan, or district coordinating offices across the country, courts, offices, post offices, hospitals, and a lot of other government agencies to ensure that they all have high-speed internet access. The project implementation for the e-Transform project began in January 2015, but enjoyed a very, very slow start. And so upon assumption of office in 2018, we approached the World Bank and told them that we need to put new energy into the e-Transform project, restructured it, and refocused the project for accelerated development objective attainment. And by God's grace, we successfully implemented this project, which ended in June this year. This Knowledge and Skills Bank was one of the initiatives that we were supposed to undertake under the erstwhile e-Transform project. But we were able to move it into the successor project of the e-Transform project, which is the $200 million Ghana Digital Accelerated Project, GDAP, which provided the funding for the completion of the Knowledge and Skills Bank. And so under this new project, we have had the privilege of developing the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal, designed to provide students with access to a vast array of educational resources, quality education in all corners of Ghana, a mobile application with offline learning capabilities. So you don't even need to be connected online before you can access the portal. And that is what makes it possible for us to have inclusive education in this country. So it doesn't matter where you are or which class of school you're in. You have access to the same resources as your peers in the most advanced educational institutions in this country. And as we've just seen, it has career planning tools and AI integration for exam preparation. It has its own tutor, so you can learn at your own pace. And it integrates resources from global platforms and local researchers. I'm leaving the full details of it to the Minister of Education, since he is the beneficiary institution, to come and explain whether it's a useful tool for us or not. But from where I sit, and knowing the resources that have been put in one place, I am really excited that the Knowledge and Skills Bank will create a universal digital library that's accessible to all. It will enable students achieve self-learning, problem solving, and critical and creative thinking, digital and research competence, goal management, communication, investigation, and media literacy. It has all your past questions too as well. And I'm told it even has the capability of enabling publishers to download their books onto the portal, which you can access for a fee. And so you have access to all manner of textbooks. And it will also encourage the development of our own educational resources locally. So it's a tool that publishers, writers of textbooks and other educational resources can also use, using this as a platform to market their products as well. Of course, the Ministry of Education and its agencies have to certify that the content that is being put there is in line with the curriculum that is being taught in our schools. Through the Ghana Digital Acceleration Project as well, but starting from e-Transform 2, we're setting up ICT laboratories in over 300 senior high schools. And our goal is to ensure that every student, regardless of their location, has access to the digital infrastructure needed for a modern education. This complements the work of the Ministry of Education in providing our senior high school students with their own devices to be able to access and utilize the content that is placed on the portal. Ladies and gentlemen, digitalization holds the key to addressing many challenges that plague our educational system, from limited access to quality resources to the disparity in educational opportunities between urban and rural areas. By embracing digitalization, we bridge these gaps and ensure that every student, regardless of their background or location, has access to world-class education. Furthermore, we empower educators to adopt innovative teaching methodologies, engage students in interactive learning experiences, and personalize instruction to meet the diverse needs of learners. It fosters collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity, essential skills for success in the 21st century and the fourth industrial revolution that's unfolding before us as we speak. I encourage every Ghanaian, every parent, every student to embrace this platform, explore its resources, and take advantage of the opportunities it offers, especially to the students. This portal is for you. Explore it, utilize it, and make the most of it. And I'm told you can access it from any device. So instead of chatting on social media, go to the portal and learn. Learn new things. I'm glad that it also has resources for technical and vocational training and education as well. So you can learn new skills right from the comfort of your home. It's a truly exciting product to have been able to assist to develop. And I'm really grateful for the excellent collaboration that we enjoyed from the Minister for Education and his team. You've shown that collaboration and cooperation is a useful approach to ensuring that we all realize our collective vision. Unfortunately, we didn't enjoy the same collaboration from some of the beneficiary institutions under e-transform who shall remain nameless. But kudos to the Ministry of Education, and together we've been able to produce this wonderful product. But like any tool, it depends on how you use it. And so students, please spend time, and I'm sure Impuntuo would also work with you and your teachers to enable you know how to utilize this resource. Spend time using it for your benefit. It will help you. I am also told that it can even grade your progress. So it can even tell you where you are, what you need to get to the next level. And so in the comfort of your own home, you can improve your own performance and do wonders when you go to the classroom and the exam rooms. And finally, to Impuntio, thank you for letting the whole world know that even in Ghana, in the global south, we have the quality of talent that will enable us to produce world-class global best practice resources for the use of not just our students, but for the rest of the continent as well. We don't always have to import talent. And I have said it on many platforms that government can use its purchasing power. It's the largest procurer of goods and services in this country. So instead of always making it possible for the Europeans and the Asians and others to come and bid and win contracts here and produce stuff for us, we can use government's own purchasing power to develop local talent and give them the opportunity to showcase what they have. I'm glad that in this sector, we have taken deliberate strides to ensure that if the local companies have the capacity to do something, we will give them the opportunity to. So our national ID is developed by a local company, Margins, and Integrated Card Production Systems. That's a local Ghanaian company powering our national ID project. Our digital address company, our digital addressing system is also powered by a local company, Asase GPS. And I am super excited that the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank is also powered by a local company, Impuntuo. So give it up for the local tech industry. You've demonstrated that you know the challenges that we have. And if you're given the opportunity, you can develop products and services that will address those challenges, which would also have global application. Yours, I think, is the foremost knowledge and skills bank. We will help you to showcase it to the rest of the continent and the world so that others will also come and utilize your resources. So well done. And let's celebrate our successes too. It's not always doom and gloom. And so we've done an excellent job. I'm Ministry of Education, Impuntuo Technologies and MTN to bring this product to the educational establishment in this country. I'll only entreat you to use it. Thank you for your attention.
Shall we applaud the Jubilee Choir? Thank you. A few acknowledgements here before we go to our next speaker. From the Danish Embassy, we have Oscar and Elizabeth. Are you here? Thank you very much, Oscar and Elizabeth from the Danish Embassy. Shall we acknowledge them, please? From the World Bank Group Unit at the Ministry of Finance, Gifty Sechere is here. Gifty, where are you? Good morning, Gifty. Thank you for joining us as well. From the Embassy of the United States of America, Jennifer Entry is here. Hello, Jennifer. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And we've talked a lot about MTN. I believe that's Benedict Bentel, right? So Benedict, thank you very much. Senior Manager, MTN Business. Procurement Specialist here joining us, Simon Annan. We'd like to acknowledge you, Simon. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And then the Deputy Director General of Management Services, we have Lily Jima from the Ghana TVET Service. Good morning, Lily. Where are you? Thank you, Lily. I appreciate your space, your time with us in our space today. I'd like to also acknowledge the Director General of the Kofi Annan, what's this? Kofi Annan KIE, Dr. Collins Yeboah Afari. Dr. Yeboah Afari, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Also acknowledging Nana Kofi Asafo Edu, Director General, Ghana Domain Name Registry. Nana Kofi, good morning. Thank you very much. From the Ministry of Education, please welcome Mrs. Mamle Andrews, who joins us this morning. Mrs. Andrews, good morning. Thank you very much for your time. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge our host. If anything goes wrong, he's the one who will hold. Chief Executive Officer, the Ghana Digital Centers, Kwejo Ba Ajiman. Thank you very much for hosting us this morning. Minister Esler Owusu mentioned the great collaboration between the Ministries of Communication and Digitalization and that of the Ministry of Education. She also mentioned the singular effort of the Minister, Yao Osei Educhum, in ensuring that this project has come to fruition. I'm sure Yao Educhum also has a story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Minister for Education, Yao Osei Educhum.
Good morning to every one of you. Thank you to the celebrated MC and Chairman General. We are happy to have you moderate this wonderful event. Today is a watershed moment for our nation. Great progress has been made the last almost 8 years in the space of education. Nana Addo Akufo, the President of the Republic, has made education a centerpiece of his administration. And getting close to 8 years, I think we have a story to tell. We are not where we may want to be, but you can't tell me we are where we used to be. We've moved forward. Great things are happening. But I know that I don't trust politicians. Because you see, we've done this to ourselves. We come and lambast the other government and say they did nothing. So there are some who will tell you during the last 8 years we have rather destroyed the education system. So before I get into digitalization, I want to let you know the context within which this digitalization agenda is situated. For you to understand that great progress has been made, and by the way, if you're a Ghanaian here, it's your tax cities at work. Your support of us have moved us forward in the field of education. Great infrastructure projects are being done. And I'll show you a few before I come to what brought us here today. If my IT people are ready. Let us look at how schools used to be. Every one of them has not been changed yet, but change has begun, and change is coming. The future of our nation is being demonstrated here today. And I believe that if we continue on this trajectory, we are going to see many, many things being done. I think that we are the IT center, so you have to make sure, digital center. You have to make sure it works. So, CEO. So, let me do my protocols. You know, those of us who are trained in America don't know protocols. You just go to an event and say, ladies and gentlemen, and nobody will begrudge you. But I have to be very careful. So, Honorable Minister for Communication and Digitalization, the Honorable Deputy Minister for Communication and Digitalization, the World Bank Rep CEO of the Ghana Digital Centers, the Director of Kofi Annan Center, reps of the Danish Embassy, rep of the US Embassy, MPs for the Communications and Education committees, the students who are here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are going to show you what this is going to do for our nation.
Hello.
Technical difficulties at the digital center. So it's sorted. But my screen is not sorted, so please sort me out. All right, now I'm happy. So we go to the extreme corner, to your right there. For the most part, you see this all the time. Visit a school and this is what you see. I call this the rectangular shaped buildings painted brown and yellow, where students wear brown and yellow uniforms. That can be an apt description of what the public school is in Ghana. And I know for most of you who are gathered here, you don't want your children here. 30% of our parents have fled from here. And this has to change. We have to change the learning environment because I believe that we cannot educate 21st century children in 19th century buildings and expect 21st century outcomes. It's not going to happen. And the president is fully determined that Ghanaian children will be educated in 21st century learning environment. So you move from here and you go to your model junior high schools. And I know some of you say, but that is a architectural rendering, it's a Photoshop. Let me show you the real one that is being built across the country. This one is real. Have them in a number of places across the country. This is a junior high school that comes with biology, chemistry, physics lab, library. You have computer lab there. But not only this. when you go in there, the activities that are done are 21st century activities. So this is it for you. And this is in Ghana. And this is a public school. What we want to do is to make sure we change the learning environment. But when you do this and you create a physical environment, you also have to provide digitized content that will speak to 21st century. And that is why what we are seeing here is so profound. If you look at the high schools that the government is building, and this is why I really like the work that we're doing between education and the Ministry of Communication. See, we have high schools that are built, beautiful ones, then communication come in and give us the digital tools to really bring change to scale. So this is a school in the northeast of Ghana. This is a STEM high school at Pasempe. Look at the campus. Yeah, you can say, wow. This is a high school in this country, not any other place. But we have to rely on the Ministry of Communication, make sure we have connectivity there, to also make sure that we have computer labs here. This computer lab was from the e-Transform project. So this is the kind of cooperation that we have enjoyed with the Ministry of Communication. Then you look at the STEM labs that we are building here. You go to Awaso STEM Senior High School in Western North. Students are using tools, working in science labs that are hard to find in even developed countries. This is Awaso STEM Senior High School. There's a smart lab. Activities are being done. You have a smart board and fume chamber for chemistry work by the students. But change and serious change is going to happen when we digitalize most of the activities that are taking place. So let me take you to and make a case for what we are doing today. Let me take you to Opokuware, our school in Kumasi. Begin to look at the change in the learning environment. And then begin to look at how this ties in with the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank and why this project is so important. This is your new learning environment. And this is how classrooms are going to look like. And this is Opokuware School. You see the smart board that is there, tablet for every student, tied into a learning management system. Now, with the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, they are now going to go online, be able to tap into all the resources on the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank. In fact, my colleague talked about the AI infusion. And one of the interesting things is that if a student does not understand the content and English is a barrier, they can even request that the content be taught them in their own local language. So if a certain content is being taught in mathematics and children are having difficulty, they can request that, can you teach me in Asante Twi or in Ga? And the system using AI will teach them in that language that they understand. So this is bringing language and cultural and content acquisition really to the doorstep of every Ghanaian student. So this is what you will see in the next few months in Ghanaian high school classrooms. And with the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, now the tablet is going to be put to a very good use because they are going to get so much content. In fact, we are now at the beginning stages. So much content is going to be uploaded. We are working with schools where the best chemistry teacher, after they teach their lessons, can then be uploaded onto the site. So if you happen to come or be a student at my famous Jate Pramso Senior High School, and your chemistry teacher may be not the best, you can then have chemistry lessons taught at Presec, downloaded for you, and you'll be able to enjoy that opportunity. In fact, we are even looking at opportunity to have live teaching taking place, and students can log into that classroom and be able to enjoy the teaching of an expert teacher from one of the schools across the country. This is a watershed moment for us as a nation. And I think as we tie in from primary school all the way up, There's a STEM center and at Accra High. And you see the little ones are there. These students coming from neighborhood schools are able to come there and also do coding and other activities. What we are saying to you, to the parents who are watching, is that we have an opportunity of a lifetime here. You are going to be able to get support for your children. The subjects that you cannot help them on, AI is here to help them. We want to lift teaching and learning to the highest level possible to ensure that our education system is competitive with the rest of the world. I don't understand why we can't have the best students in the world coming from Ghana. We have the most well-behaved children in the world. You enter a Ghanaian classroom, the children will stand up. If you don't tell them to say, they won't say. If these children are not the best in the world, it's our fault and not their fault. And that is why I'm so happy to be the Minister for Education under a president who's so much committed to education, and major transformation is taking place at this time. But it's coming full circle with what we are launching today. The Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank that we are launching today, which of course came from the funding from the World Bank and the leadership of the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, and powered by a Ghanaian firm in Puntu. I had a number of meetings with them. I'm hands-on. I'm not going to allow you to come and develop a project for me and I don't know what the content is. So we did a lot of back and forth, and I enjoyed how receptive they were to great ideas. And today, we're going to have opportunity to practice. Past questions are all here. And it's not just simply past questions. The child will be able to go through the questions, answer the questions. AI will grade the questions, and the AI will tell them that you are weak in this area. If it's mathematics, you are weak in geometry. And by the way, we suggest that you practice these questions, and the student will practice again, take the exams again. By the time they go to the examination center, they are well-versed in the content, and they are going to do better. This is 21st century learning. And now we have it through the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank. And one of the great features of this is the fact that we can also do TVET. So it's not just your grammar education, technical and vocational education and training is part of what this portal is about. So at the end of the day, we have something that promises some great innovation and transformation for our country. We believe TVET should not be just coming to learn some skills, but it's also about innovation. Innovation TVET is what we seek to achieve. And therefore, the nexus of TVET and STEM is what this system will seek to promote. So it's not just learning coding, but how does it fit when it comes to projects that you are working on. In our schools today, you're going to see that the contents have shifted. We have schools where we are doing aviation and aerospace. To what extent can this portal help us? So they are not just a place where you look at what the students have done, but also looking at how can I do same. So if you look at a school in Ashanti region, Efiakobi girls, this is them working on drones. The only high school with a tarmac for flying drones, probably in the world. And you see, interestingly, they call this park, they say Ukraine field. Ukraine field. I say, you want to call your tarmac the Ukraine field. But that's how they call it. So I visited them, and so exciting moment when I saw the drone flying. So they will be able to upload how they did this onto this portal, and other schools can do same. And that is the exciting part of this, that they don't have to go to the school, but they will have the tools. And yeah, it came back. And it came back quickly because we wanted this to be a very short presentation. In real time, it was about 30 to 45 minutes. It flew, and it came back, and it landed safely. After they finished it, they decided that they also do a remote control boat and deploy it on the ocean. And in fact, they designed the first time, they went to the Western Naval Command, they measured it for them, assessed the stability, they went back and redesigned. But you see, the reason I'm showing you this is the interface between STEM and TVET. The young ladies had to know woodwork in order for them to put together the boat and deploy it. And in the next few minutes or seconds, the boat will have been completed and it will be deployed on the ocean in Accra. It went and came back. And the good news is that the boat can be used for submarine exploration. So you see, so when they deploy, while the boat sits on the ocean, it's emitting pictures of what is under the ocean. And this is Ghanaian young woman showing the world that it is possible. So you see, it left, went around, and they used the remote control, and it came back. It didn't get lost. So that's why I'm saying politicians are our worst enemies. In the face of all this, a politician will mount a podium, a platform, and say, Ghana education system has been destroyed. Destroyed. And sometimes I say, what kind of country do you live in? Destroyed in this country. The innovation that has been brought about. The fact that high school students are now doing aviation and aerospace in our schools, robotics and coding coming next semester, and making sure that we can compete with the rest of the world and win. This is the education space we find ourselves. Kindergartens are being transformed. And thank God for this innovation. KG teachers are going to have access to digital content. Look at this school. This is a public school. By the way, the uniform tells you it's a public school. Dome Kwabenya is there. The best equipped KG in Ghana happens to be in our public school. Smart boards for KG students. The future is here today. This is what you're going to be seeing a number of KGs across the country, funded by the government. And this is a diminished education environment. Change is coming. And I think together we can do some big things. Look forward to the day where I'll meet some of you in front of public schools lining up to check in your children. This is Accra STEM Academy in East Legon. Going to be one of the finest public schools anywhere in the world. When it's finished, it's going to look like this. The school begins from kindergarten all the way to high school. It's a community school. You don't have to pay anything to go there. While the building is completed, by the middle of November, the school opened its doors to its first batch of students. And this will be a public school where digitalization will be at its best. And tapping into the Knowledge and Skills Bank will provide an environment that is second to none when it comes to education. You see the dining hall and other features. I just want you to know, and Ghanaians to know, that the transformation taking place in the field of education is going to position our nation to use education to transform our fortunes. So we don't look at digitalization as an end in itself. It's a means to an end where students will learn better than they could without the digital tools, an end where students will be able to acquire 21st century skills, an end where using 21st century skills will be able to build a better and more robust nation. That is what we seek to accomplish, and that is why today I'm so happy and excited that this portal is being launched to give us the opportunity to bring to bear transformation in every facet of our education system and education enterprise. This is now going to give us the opportunity to do the first ever Ghana virtual high school. It seeks to enroll about 10,000 students next academic year, and the students are going to learn virtually. We also, with the support of the UK Open University, building virtual labs. So you can dissect a frog virtually. You don't kill a frog, you dissect it. So you can't say that because I went to a school without 21st century science lab, I couldn't do science. You do your science virtually. And that is the new Ghana. In fact, some of the virtual labs that were created were used by students at the Open University in UK, but it was developed here by Ghanaian teachers. So at the end of the day, the digitalization of education offers a nation a new opportunity. Going to be a paradigm shift of major proportions. And I think when we embrace it well and begin to look at what is possible, we can create a better education system, a system that we never thought we would do. 10 years ago, we never thought there would be this. Ghana Knowledge Bank, second only to what we've seen in Egypt. And I think with the AI infusion, we're even getting ahead and going to create the best learning portal, one of the best in the world. So, Minister for Communication, I'm so happy. It's so easy to work with you. You know your work, and your encouragement and support has made it possible. There are times when you meet me in cabinet and say, how is the project coming? And I say, I've met with them. And she also says, I've also met with them. So we're hitting them from different angles. So we're able to get Impuntio to finish in a record fashion. I mean, it doesn't really happen that I have a project that should be done in 6 months and you get it done in 3 months. That means you were not sleeping. You're actually enjoying a 24-hour economy. Finish it in record time. So, Mpuntio, you have something to show the world. 24-hour exist. And you've demonstrated it. So, Madam Minister, I'm so happy today. And, you know, I'm a teacher and politician. In both professions, if you can't talk, you lose your job. So there's a colleague of mine in Parliament who, his people were accusing him that he was not talking in Parliament. No, I said, no, there's a pillar below Simenim. He said, there's a pillar in front of me. When I raise up my hand, the picture doesn't catch my eye. And he said this on Friday. So Tuesday, when we went back to Parliament, every one of us were looking for the pillar, and we didn't see any in front of him. So I told myself when I came to Parliament that if I'm going to lose my seat in Parliament, it's not because I can't talk. And of course, I'm a teacher, so please, I don't want to overstay my welcome on this podium to get a famous Sifakai then signaling me. So my time is up, but I'm so happy. Thank you for coming and for gracing this occasion.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. We can call you Teacher Yao, I guess. We'd like to take a very quick cultural performance from Ajua Yeboeje's group, after which we'll come back to our Jubilee choir, and then we'll do the formal launch of the portal.
Vocational